Hey folks, Dave Hurchin Silver Diamond Homestead. Today we're going to talk about air pruning. Tickled to death. I got my chestnuts and I've had them stratifying in the fridge. And I want a good strong tree. And there he is with the air pruning. The tree's taproot, you know, it's its main searcher. So if you put it in a pot and you leave it there for seasons after seasons, but that taproot curls around and curls around, and the tree don't die. The tree still looks good, and but when you plant it in the ground, it really hampers the life of that tree. Taproot actually can circle back around and cut off circulation and kill itself. If you're like me and you want to plant some white oaks or some red oaks or something like that, hey guys, I don't got 5 or 10 years to figure out that my tree didn't live because I didn't do something right. These pots you can buy on the internet, or they're like $5 or $10 a piece, and what they do is, as the taproot comes down, and once it reaches air, it sends a signal back up to, hey, put out lateral roots, and it makes a really nice root ball. So what I'm doing, and I'm doing kind of 3 different sections. I got some trees that I plan on selling or planting this year, so I'm gonna put them in pots. I'm gonna thousands of these chestnuts with taproots busting out, and if that don't make you happy, something's wrong with you. Plan A is pot up some that I don't intend to touch it this year, and I don't want to mess with till next year. So I'm putting them in kind of a mass planting, and I'll show you right here, guys. This is I think it was an old strawberry crate, but it's got holes all over it. The bottom is really just like that. It's porous holes everywhere. I don't know. I've got 50 or 60 chestnuts in there, and once I cover them up, I'm gonna just leave them and probably not even mess with them till next year. I use a regular old potting mix with about half sand. That way when they do go dormant and I do pull them up, I don't stress out the roots a whole bunch. Now I've already done quite a few over here. And this one, and notice how it's up off the ground. Once those roots get to the bottom of that, they'll say send me a branch out the other way. Now the third way is my tightwad way, and I just got some 1/2-inch wire and just folded it into round pots, left the bottom out, but then lined it with burlap. And that's what I did, and that's you can do that really cheap. And actually I had one in a that's a pin oak I had in a pot from last year, and the taproot hadn't touched the bottom or come out yet, and I went ahead and stuck it in there, and I'm just gonna see how it turns out, but I think it'll do really well. And here's my you can see I've got, now people ask for the ones that the taproot hasn't bust out. They probably will. I mean, there's even on them, so I'm not giving up on them. They're probably going to make good trees too. And a lot of questions, you know, how do you plant a chestnut? It's pretty simple, guys. What I do on any nut that I got questions, I just find a good flat spot. And if you drop it, that's going to be about the way it needs to be planted. So for a chestnut, it will be more on its side. And what happens as this taproot comes out, the tree's going to come out the same hole. The taproot comes out, goes down, then the tree comes up. And we've talked about this in other videos, and it's a 3-year-old chestnut tree is $50, so go do the math. It's definitely worth doing, especially if you're going to plan on having these trees around for a couple or several seasons this year or plant them this year, there's nothing wrong with the pots. It's not gonna. But what you want to do is just make sure you got a good tree down the road. Now, one thing I forgot to mention is after you do this and you get these covered up, I'm gonna tell you what, the squirrels love these things more than I do, and that's hard to believe. But if you don't put them on lockdown, they will disappear. Another thing that I forgot to talk about and really kind of show you, these wire pots for air pruning. And I'm basically just going through, taking a zip tie, putting about 3 of them on there. And then you can make it as round or as oblong, and you can make it as tall as you want to do it. I got the 2-foot piece, and this was just a trial to see how this is all going to work out. And I'm really happy with it, so I'll go get a big roll because I need a lot of these. But you can see, you can easily get 3 of these out of one section. Probably what I'm going to do is make them just 2 of them and have them real tall pots. That way that taproot's got a lot of room to go down. And now what I did see, and Home Depot didn't have it, but this little hardware up the road did. And it was coated, same size, same coated in plastic. And I think when I start mass producing these, I'm going to go get that roll. These, at the end of it, when you go to take that tree out, you just cut your zip ties. This thing will just fold right out. And then here, I got a roll of burlap. I'm just going to fold it in half. The easiest way I found to do this is get your center point, take it, just stick it down in there, then try to do the unraveling. Because these things do have little sharp parts. Fill them with your dirt. Chestnut with the taproot busted out. Press that taproot down just a little bit. Cover it with dirt. And put it on lockdown, guys. Well, I answered any questions about air pruning, and probably gonna cost you a little over $1.50 at the most. But anyway, guys, have a great day. God bless, and I'll see you next time.